Welcome to another video. To those of you who are new around here, please do consider subscribing and looking at my older content for context on this video. But today we're going to be talking about the ownership experience over the past 6 or 7 months with the Xc90. Okay, so we're going to start with why did we get an Xc90 and why did we get it over its competitors being Range Rover Sport, BMW X5, the current generation, and later years previous gen, Mercedes GLE, the Audis, and what else? Porsche Cayenne, and I think I've said the Range Rover Sport. Cool, so why did we get it over those previously mentioned cars? For those of you who might know, and those of my friends, my personal friends who are watching this, you do know, I have to keep the car awake, but you do know we previously owned a V50, which was a reliable little trooper that we had for pretty much just over 9 years. A 2012 model year. Not the fastest thing, but it was truly just, that thing would go, not in terms of speed, but it just would not break. It was bulletproof. We had since brand new, and yeah, it was time to move on, I guess. So we picked this over the competitors because the Range Rover, firstly, it was too expensive. Secondly, because it's British, it's going to be unreliable, and it's like the ultimate poser car. It's like the poser's SUV, like that Instagram poser. I think you can get what I'm referencing, and just that kind of crowd. And the Porsche Cayenne, ultimate mobile overpriced Touareg. That was also out of our budget, and well, it's a Cayenne. I don't want to be seen in one. I've driven a Cayenne V8 diesel before, I'm not going to lie. As well built as it is, it's boring as fuck, seriously. Mercedes GLE, personally, not really a fan of the current day Mercedes, and I've never been a fan of the Merc SUVs in the slightest, G-Wagon included, and more specifically I'm talking to you, G-Wagon. I'm not a fan. X5, too expensive, too new, too ugly. And the Touareg, well, there's not really many of those in this country. And the fact that we previously had owned a Volvo, and it left a really good feeling in our heart, and left a very good just place, and left a good taste in my mouth with the brand. So I found this 2016 Xc90 back earlier this year with 103,000 kilometers on the clock, T6 twin charged 4-cylinder, had more than enough power, 4-wheel drive, nice color scheme. I like the wheels. I like this car as a whole pretty much, but it's not without its drawbacks. For me, I'm not truly sold on Volvo steering. I'm not truly in love and sold on Volvo steering with this electronic power steering setup after going from a hydraulic power steering setup. this feels way too assistant to light, even in its like more performance oriented settings like Polestar engineered mode and individual mode, which is customizable as you like. I feel the steering is a bit numb and the accelerator pedal is a little bit like first like 5 or 6%, does absolutely nothing, like I mean nothing, and then like after that, like it's a little bit sensitive, best way to put it, as well as that the traction control is way too restrictive, which is, yeah, it's understandable. It's a family SUV, it's not a Formula Drift car, and it's certainly not a BMW M3 or Audi S4, which we also looked at and got really close to buying, but no car's perfect, seriously. And continuing on with the problems and faults, we have had a couple of things. I mean, we've never had this car break down on us, luckily and thankfully. Why shouldn't it's a Volvo? When we got the car, small thing was the lever to, you know, that latch to open up the engine bay from the inside, to just unlatch it. That piece was broken. That got fixed, me being me. I'm being used to pulling the lever in the V50 quite hard. I pulled the thing clean out. Well done on me. I wasn't too happy about it, and nor was my family, because we all share this. Me and my dad in particular. Then, oh yes, there was also, I think, an oil leak or something. And the check engine light's been coming on due to fault codes, which I have up on my phone right here. I'm going to read you the ones that are on screen. Engine sound control A, circuit low. Thermostat heater control high. Thermostat heater control low. Thermostat heater control circuit open. Catalyst system efficiently below efficiency threshold. Turbocharger, supercharger, bypass valve B, mechanical, general, signal failure, stuck low. There, if you want to see, hold on, there it is, if you can see it correctly. Which is a number of things. Engine light's gone now, but the bypass valve is still stuck. I guess it's one of the things to look out for in a modern car. I mean, the infotainment system, like the screen, being laggy at times, slightly, but I'm not fazed about it, and I don't think any of you guys should be as well. I mean, at times it can get frustrating, but you shouldn't really be touching the screen and fucking around with it while you're driving. You have to be a complete imbecile to do so, especially when you have buttons on the steering wheel to go through your trip odometer, your media, your phone, and your navigation, all through buttons on the steering wheel, I mean. And then you have voice control, which in every car never works. And that leads me on to the features. I mean, this thing's been more than luxurious, like we spoiled the luxury. I mean, you have memory, electronic adjustable seats with lumbar, electronic lumbar support, all of that good stuff. In the rear, obviously, it's just manually adjustable, but still. Seats are objective. I personally don't like the shape of them that much. I feel they're quite hard and a bit wide. But I mean, I'm not exactly a very big person at 5'6", and I'm not very portly, if I say so myself. But yeah, seat objective, a small nitpick, you guys shouldn't worry about that. And the traction control being too restrictive, as I previously mentioned. As well as you have a couple cool Easter eggs, like on the seatbelt there's a script saying since 1959, which is when Volvo invented the seatbelt. Fact. And you get a couple other Easter eggs. One I'm going to show you now on my phone. Okay, so when you have your key, this is actually quite a neat key with the buttons on the side. Nothing over here. Instead of keeping the key in your pocket, which is actually quite uncomfortable like that. I know I'm wearing ridiculous shorts, excuse that. You can actually, if I get this right, it's a bit funny. There we go. I'll show you guys again. You have to kind of get it in like that, and then slide it in, and it's magnetic. And you can stick it in. It's not just that location, but it's also everywhere else in the cup holders. In terms of performance, this thing is a riot. I mean, it's not exactly stupid fast, and the numbers on paper might not be too much to write home about, but experiencing it and experiencing the rather unique power band from a rather unique engine, it's quite something. It's quite an experience. I mean, it's not like climbing into a Koenigsegg or a Zenvo TSR, but it is still quite unique when you get to experience it, with the supercharger coming in low after like 1000 RPM, 1500 RPM until like 3500, and then you get like a tiny bit of a dip, and then like 4000 the turbo pulls boost, and you're a rocket ship. I mean, 0 to 100 in Polestar mode with traction control off, brake boosting for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, no more. Engages launch mode, so fully depress both accelerator pedal and brake pedal, and hold like that for 2 seconds, and then release the brake. Don't do that in normal traffic. You complete idiot to do that in traffic. That gets you to 100 in 6.5 seconds. You have to be in Polestar mode as well, or dynamic mode, depending on what software variant of sensors OS you're using. And top speed is 236. We've not tested it, but there's videos of it, and I think with a tune, I'm not probably just spoiling things for you with upcoming content. I'm gonna keep this relatively short and relatively sweet. Would I recommend this over its competitors and over stuff in this price point? For like an early model year Xc90 T6, I would recommend it 100%, but not a T6. And if you're gonna get a T6, make sure to get it with like sub 80,000 kilometers or whatever. Then freedom units, go look up for yourself. I don't actually know. I'm a metric boy. Or get yourself a T5 all-wheel drive with Polestar. And if you are watching this and have an Xc90 with the paddle shifters, give me your steering wheel. I want paddles. Badly. But yes, I would recommend this over its competitors, even though it might have 1 or 2 small problems. I would recommend it. It's got a big boot. It goes pretty quickly. It's thrilling. For me, it's not the most comfortable on very long trips, but my body shape is my body shape and people differ. No one's the same, hopefully. One small nitpick is the speaker system. Not amazing. We don't have the Bowers and Wilkins system. But other than that, this car is fucking amazing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. Go follow me on my Instagrams. I'll link that in the description. And I'll see you guys next weekend. Bye bye.